following last night's game against Colgate, or should we say win against Colgate? And we've got Badger highlights coming up.
And we're still tracking some showers and snow around the area. We'll give you the latest coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now this Saturday. I'm McKenna Alexander. Well, it's the time of the year Wisconsin played all season long for, March. And coming into the first round of the NCAA tournament, the Badgers didn't shy away from saying they want to win it all. It definitely helps that their road begins in Milwaukee, so it's home court advantage for the red and white, something they'll need going up against a solid Colgate team. Tied up early in the second half, Colgate easily showing what they can do from distance. Tucker Richardson knocks down his fourth triple in the second, but here comes the rally. Down by 2, Stephen Crowell banks in a 3 to give Wisconsin the lead. Then Johnny Davis starts to catch fire, taking over the end of the game as the Badgers lock it down to survive and advance. Winning at 67-60, Davis leads the way with 25 points. Sports director Zach Hanley has been out in Milwaukee covering all the madness this week. He has more on Johnny Davis's big game.
When the Badgers needed it the most, Greg Gard called on his closer, and Johnny Davis delivered, scoring Wisconsin's final 14 points to lead UW on to the second round.
He got going pretty good in the second half there. And fortunately, took good shots, got to the foul line. Three-point play was big off one of those offensive rebounds. So he does what great players do. When the lights get bright, they step up.
Towards the end of the game, coach was calling plays for me, and my teammates told me to keep shooting the ball. I feel like I've done it before, but my teammates have a lot of confidence in me, so do the coaches, to be able to close the game out.
I'm speechless, I ain't got no words to say. I just give him the ball and get out the way. I've said it before. I'm not going to say it again, but love playing with him. That's one of the best players I've ever played with, and I love this last journey with him.
That's the way you respond. So it's on to Iowa State for Wisconsin, and as far as what Greg Gard knows of the Cyclones, well, he said they're good, they won tonight, and I haven't watched 1 second of them. At Pfizer Forum, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
While the action inside Pfizer Forum has been pretty exciting, we've also seen a frenzy of Badgers fans all over Milwaukee this week. Brad Hamilton spoke with some of those fans last night.
Good food, good drinks, and college hoops galore.
It's who gets hot at the end of the season, and I hope that's us.
Yes, March Madness is back, and with it, plenty of Badger fans made their way to the Deer District tonight to support their favorite team. The last time that Wisconsin played in Milwaukee for the NCAA tourney was back in 2014 when players such as Ben Brust, Josh Gosser, and Frank Kaminsky put on a show at the Bradley Center and sparked a Final Four run Badger fans are never going to forget.
Showing up for them, that's what it's all about. It's all about the pride that we have for Wisconsin.
8 years later, Wisconsin fans are hoping for another special run to remember this March.
I give a ton of credit to the coaching staff, honestly. They've pulled a group that no one thought would be here to this level. We'll see how the tournament plays out, but I'm proud to be a Badger fan, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
The Badgers play again tomorrow for a chance to advance to the Sweet 16. And you can keep up to date on all the tournament action over on channel3000.com. Just click on the banner on the front page to take you to everything about Bucky and the tournament, plus see how some of the News 3 Now news and sports anchors are doing on their brackets. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning. Julian, what's it looking like out there? Is it still snowing?
That's right. It is still snowing on our weather patio as of right now. Some light snowfall for us as we transition over to what we are going to be seeing on our radar as of right now. We're still looking at some of that snow, still lingering into areas of southern Wisconsin, especially into the northeastern side as well. So we take a more close look at what we're seeing here, though. Since temperatures are a bit towards the freezing point as we're waking up this morning, we're seeing just flat out snow as of right now, where we did see some rain showers earlier into the morning. Expect this to continue throughout the later part of this morning, but we are looking for clearing out as we get into this afternoon. But until then, just know it's going to be a wet day for us and a bit on the cloudy side as well. Clouds won't start to clear until we get into tonight as temperatures start to warm up just a tad as we head into those upper 30s going towards noon, and then getting into this evening, the 40s will definitely be sticking around as well. But 33 degrees right here in Madison, with 36 degrees into Janesville and 35 for Platteville as of right now. Temperatures Temperatures around southern Wisconsin are all into the 30s as that chill is still lingering for us. But just know, since we have been seeing those slick conditions from the snow and from the rain and wintry mixes overnight, we are looking at slippery stretches, especially areas north of Dane County. This will encompass the Dells and areas into the northeast. So just be careful when you're out in the roadways this morning, because we are going to be looking at those slippery stretches until conditions improve later into the afternoon. Well, time out to what else to expect for the rest of the weekend and for how much we're going to be seeing precipitation in just a few moments. Until then, let's toss it back to you inside, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Turning to the crisis in Ukraine now. A collective effort has sprung up as the country fights off the invasion by Russia. While some people have joined the front lines, others are working behind the scenes. Yvonne Watson spoke to one family that's helping out in a creative and majorly helpful way.
A melody in a time of deep uncertainty. A family hard at work, turning their living room into a makeshift workshop, producing locally made armor for the Ukrainian military.
Says this is heavy. This is a flak jacket.
These flak jackets are the work of this grandmother and former seamstress. Russia's invasion of Ukraine pulled 68-year-old Irina Prochenko out of retirement to work as a volunteer sewing flak jackets for Ukrainian soldiers.
Irina says she sews these flak jackets with love, and it's with that love that she hopes it'll help protect defenders, help save their lives.
In the kitchen, Irina's son, a lawyer, crafts the blue and yellow armbands that security forces wear on their arms to identify themselves.
How many do you make in one day?
200.
200?
Yeah. This family workshop, part of a larger improvised production chain that sprouted up in the central Ukrainian city of Vinnytsia. It's the brainchild of Vitaly Golovenko. He takes orders from soldiers and members of the territorial defense requesting armor before they head to the front lines. Before the war, Vitaly was a lawyer and an amateur reenactor of scenes from the First World War when Ukrainian nationalists fought against Russian Bolsheviks. Several days into this modern war, Vitaly says he asked his mother-in-law Irina to help sew armor when his son's godfather couldn't find a flak jacket before heading off to combat. This operation relies on donations and improvisation.
This is some padding for the flak jackets to go around the armored plates, and they're made from the material that you use for floor mats for cars.
The armor plates come from scrap metal scavenged from old cars, welded and reworked by volunteer mechanics, and field tested.
So Oleg has taken out a plate to a firing range. And this is 6 millimeters in width, and they tried different kinds of firearms and rounds, and it was able to block some rifles, but a sniper's rifle punched right through, as did a machine gun. They're not using this width for their flak jackets.
The team settled on a width of 8 millimeters. Vitaly says this newest model will go to a new fighter within the hour.
My normal work is to defend people in a court of law, but now we have to defend people's lives from the enemy, from the killers who for some reason want to kill me, my little daughter, my grandmother, and so on.
This is just one example of the collective war effort that has sprung up here. Ordinary Ukrainians doing their part to protect their homeland.
A possible influx of refugees from Ukraine could soon be headed to a town in northeast Ohio, and residents there are busy preparing for their arrival. On Thursday, Ohio's governor joined many state leaders and a myriad of officials from nonprofit groups for a planning session. Governor Mike DeWine delivered a clear message that his state is prepared to welcome any refugees from Ukraine, with the governor's office noting more than 500 Ukrainians have resettled in the state since 2018. The federal government takes the lead with initial processing of refugees. From there, state refugee services programs work with local agencies to determine areas of the state that can handle a refugee influx. After watching the start of Russia's attack on Ukraine, a 14-year-old girl from Nashville is using her talent to help impacted families. Claire Kopsky has her story.
To say 14-year-old Ella Bramlett is talented is an understatement.
I've been painting my whole life.
She and her brothers also played the violin at places like the Ryman, the Schermerhorn, and the Grand Ole Opry.
The arts is very much in my family.
2 years ago, she started leaning into her artistic talent, selling her artwork.
I've tried a bunch of different mediums and everything, and I don't know, I feel like watercolor has just been the one that I've connected with most.
Up until a few weeks ago, her work had been a way to express herself. But then, as the conflict in Ukraine started, her work quickly became about others.
We were all watching the news together, and I'm always painting when I'm watching TV, so we were like witnessing Kyiv being bombed, and it's heartbreaking to think about. I looked up a few pictures of Kyiv and just started painting it.
Within a few days, Ella painted 2 Ukrainian cities, Kyiv and Kharkiv. While we were visiting with her, she painted another one, Mariupol.
Those are 2 others that have been really influenced by all the bombing and stuff, and those are 2 of the other hardest hit cities.
Ella started selling her prints of Ukraine cityscapes on her social media pages, donated 100% of the profits to Sea Star Kids and Eastern European missions.
It's something that concerns everyone because we're all people and we're all God's children, and so we should all do what we can to help.
For her, that's painting cities that may no longer be the cities its people remember. In Nashville, Claire Kopsky.
Still ahead, a new federal agency tasked with finding the cure to cancer and other diseases. Details on President Biden's new initiative coming up. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your forecast just ahead on News 3 Now.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
These squirrels are better at saving than we are. And more organized, too.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you open a BMO Harris Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward every month you save.
That sounds great.
You can also set up savings goals and easily track your progress.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts. I'll show myself out.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Everything from decks and pergolas to screen rooms, porch conversions, patio rooms, sunrooms, and our new life room with retractable screens are on sale now. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from CoolView.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash, a wonder, a phenomenon, an international sensation, but you haven't heard them.
Dairy farms disappearing, prices up, COVID's still not gone. And what's Ron Johnson done? Voted against new jobs and told us to take mouthwash to cure COVID. I'm Sarah Godlewski. I grew up in Eau Claire where we're more interested in common sense than conspiracies. That's how I've run the state treasurer's office, and common sense is what, quite frankly, we could use in Washington. Practical ideas that just help people, not mouthwash. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and that's why I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, the snow continues here in southern Wisconsin for our morning. As we keep an eye on our radar, we can see just some light snows continuing to linger for us as we continue throughout the rest of this morning. However, it has started to exit its way out of western areas of southern Wisconsin, but for areas in Dane County and into the north and just into the east is where we're going to continue to see some of that light snowfall throughout the later part of our morning. As that low continues to exit its way out of the upper Midwest, bringing in whatever traces of snow and rain with it, continuing to push itself east into our friends near the Ohio Valley. But as we take a look as of right now, what we're expecting for the rest of today is the later part of this morning is where we're going to be seeing a bit more of those conditions to start to fall out for us as we continue throughout. But we're going to be looking into, as we take a look at planning out the rest of our day, taking a step out, we will start to see that temperatures will be into the 40s for us as we continue throughout the rest of the day. But until we get there, we are looking for conditions to be on the wet side and still going to be looking for more in terms of that light snow and even some rain precipitation as we get into the afternoon. The later part of the afternoon, we're going to be looking at cloud cover. 40s will start to roll back in for us as well. Also, take note, folks, we do have our first day of spring, which is going to be starting for our Sunday morning, and we are going to feel a whole lot like it. As we take a look at our weekend forecast, we're looking at temperatures to be around 58 degrees for us. It will be on the breezier side for our Sunday, however, but aside from that, we are looking for more spring-like conditions as we get into next week. Not necessarily in temperatures, but spring showers. We're looking for rain chances and even potentially some snow coming into the mid part of next week. So this is what we're going to be keeping our eye on. Another system that looks to roll itself in overnight into Tuesday morning will start to push its way into the upper Midwest, which is where we're looking at rain to first initially start off carrying itself into our Wednesday, but then we can see transitions of some snowfall coming into areas, especially into northern Wisconsin. So our three things we'll need to know from our forecast is we are going to be looking at some showers that will start to clear out for us earlier today, not looking at much in terms of accumulations. Then as we go into tomorrow and for Monday, mild temperatures are going to return. Upper 50s, near 60 as well from Sunday into Monday. Then we're going to cool back down as that cold front starts to roll its way in. Then we're going to see more showers from Tuesday that will possibly even carry into our Thursday mornings. One thing to keep an eye on. But for our 10-day forecast is what we're going to be looking at for us. Temperatures are going to take a decline from Monday into Tuesday. It's going to be on the cooler end, but definitely still not freezing, which is also nice. And we are going to be welcomed with some spring-like showers for us as we welcome in the new week, McKenna.
See, I should have known better. I know Wisconsin has 2 fake springs. I should have known that this was the second fake spring, but I got excited. I bought a bird feeder. I put it on my porch for my cat to look at the birds, and now it's covered in snow. I kind of jumped the gun with that.
I think it's hysterical that you have a bird feeder because
it's literally just for my cat so she can look at it.
Yeah.
I don't really, I care about birds, but
you have the attention span of a bird too.
I kind of do, yeah.
At least you agree.
I'm not going to deny it. All right, moving on. Okay, thanks, Jillian. President Biden is kickstarting a new federal agency tasked with finding the cure to cancer and other diseases. He sat down with leaders in Healthcare Friday to plot a course for extreme medical innovation.
Like DARPA, ARPA-H will pursue ideas that break the mold on how we normally support fundamental research and commercial products in this country. Ideas so audacious that people say they just might work only if we could try. Well, we're about to try.
As the president said, the new research will be overseen by the newly developed Advanced Research Projects for Health, or ARPA-H. Congress has allotted $1 billion to get the program up and running. You may want to grab some extra Clorox wipes. New research says the Omicron virus has stronger staying power than other COVID variants. The study finds Omicron can last 3 times as long on surfaces like plastic and even skin. The research also says people are more likely to test positive for Omicron by inhaling it rather than getting it through touch. And new COVID cases still trending downward here in Wisconsin. DHS data shows a 7-day average with less than 340 cases. Fewer than 3% of tests are coming back positive, and no counties are in that very high level of COVID activity. Yet hospitals are still struggling. A new report from the Wisconsin Hospital Association shows staffing shortages are at unprecedented levels. Experts say a long list of factors and tensions created this, but the pandemic and the Great Resignation are making it even worse.
The highest vacancy rates across the board are in entry level or those frontline technical positions that hospitals need.
They're getting burned out, and that's causing some of this resignation as well, as people are just really tired after 2 years of picking up extra shifts to try to help fill those voids. But
we have Naomi Cole's full conversation with the Wisconsin Hospital Association and president of a hospital in Madison coming up this Sunday morning on For the Record. You can watch that right here on Channel 3000. If you know an aspiring medical student at UW-Madison, yesterday was one of the biggest days of their burgeoning careers. Friday was match day, where 200 fourth-year graduating students learn where they will complete their clinical residency program. The students will spend the next few years sharpening their clinical skills and preparing for board exams and licensure. NASA is taking its next step towards sending Americans back to the moon and beyond. Details when we return. And there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will shares his picks and 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 this morning, Saturday.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
Rosen Nissan Madison is part of the #1 Nissan dealership group in the Midwest, and we got there by treating people right. Over 30 years of caring for customers made us #1, and stress-free car buying keeps us there. Right now, get 0.9% for 36 months. Visit our showroom or buy online at rosennissanmadison.com. Come be part of the Rosen family.
Rosen, Rosen, Rosen. Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
And as the snowfall continues this morning, this is what we're looking at here. A little bit more heavier bands, but still light snow is starting to roll itself into Dane County. It's going to continue through at least the next couple of hours for us before it starts to taper off as it continues its track east. Now, as we take a look outside, as of right now, we can see a little bit of light flurries into the western side of Dane County, but over towards the capital, a bit more of a vivid picture. As you can see that light snow in our sky cam. Right now, it's 33 degrees for us. It's on the breezier side as well. And we're going to expect those breezy conditions throughout much of this week. weekend, excuse me. But in terms of visibility, the fog has lifted for the most part here in Dane County, but you can see areas just into the north and northeast have obscured visibility as we're waking up this morning. So again, make sure that you're taking your time when you're on the roads because there are slippery stretches, and use your low beams. Here's a quick look at our weekend forecast. We'll have more details coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julie. Well, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Just a few questions.
I can just save you some time. I've had over 30,000 drinks. I don't really chew my food, and I'm like barreling toward 40.
Newly streaming on Hulu is the series Life and Beth.
I was thinking I could come out to Long Island. It went that bad? And he took the breakup like a total champ. We're both just being completely adult about it.
Amy Schumer plays Beth, who seems to have it all until an incident sets her off on a journey of self-discovery.
I gotta find my thing. And I believe that I was meant to coach.
Okay, get down. Defense. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
All 10 episodes of Life and Beth are streaming on Hulu now.
I'm finally listening to my instincts, and I'm going for what I want.
I'll stay, but only to make sure he's not a murderer.
I'm not a murderer.
Oh, my God.
We turned our 2 families into 1.
All right, rise and shine.
Wake up, Ella, or this video goes on your Instagram in 3, 2.
Dad, no.
Newly streaming on Disney Plus is the new version of the film Cheaper by the Dozen.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really feel like there were a few extra children in there.
I didn't recognize some of them.
This time it's Gabrielle Union and Zach Braff as parents trying to manage a household of 10 children.
Family has each other's back.
Oh my God, everyone's looking at us.
Yeah, I can't move.
I know.
I can't move.
Thanks for being so average and relatable, Paul, with average looks and ordinary body.
Oh.
Cheaper by the Dozen is streaming on Disney Plus now.
Dryer's broke again.
How did you get down here so fast?
Laundry chute.
This is a bowling ball, and this is a cake.
What? This show is insane.
And newly streaming on Netflix is the competition show, Is It Cake?
Only one of those cake stands is holding an actual cake.
Oh.
One of these is a cake?
We're not agreeing. This isn't working.
Bakers have to make creations that don't look like cake, and they win if they can fool the judges.
You are all here because you are all talented at making cakes that look like everyday objects.
All 8 episodes of Is It Cake are streaming on Netflix now.
Man, I should have watched baking shows before I did this.
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
NASA is taking its next step towards sending Americans back to the moon and beyond. After years of development and tens of billions of dollars, the space agency's next generation mega moon rocket started making its way to the launch pad. Danya Backus has the latest from Los Angeles.
Inch by inch, NASA's new Space Launch System, or SLS, spent the night on its first trip to Launch Pad 39B at Cape Canaveral. The 4-mile trip is the first step in the Artemis generation's journey.
Our mission is to get back to the moon.
Americans haven't walked on the moon in nearly 50 years. In a few weeks, NASA will conduct a round of tests to determine how soon the spacecraft can fly.
Anytime you have a brand new rocket system, you want to test it out on the ground before you actually light it off.
Once NASA gives the green light, the 17-million-pound rocket will launch the Artemis 1 mission with mannequins aboard the Orion space capsule on a trip beyond the moon and back. It could happen as soon as late May.
This is really like the last big test drive to prove that the vehicle is ready to go and is ready for us to get the crew in there and start exploring.
As soon as 2024, Americans will land on the moon again and make history for a different reason.
NASA has been saying all along that the very first mission that carries astronauts all the way to the surface of the moon will include the first woman to walk on the moon and the first person of color.
The massive Space Launch System is NASA's largest to date. The mega rocket with the Orion capsule attached stands 32 stories high, taller than the Statue of Liberty.
It is the biggest rocket, the most powerful rocket assembled to date by anyone. It's also the most expensive rocket NASA has ever built at about $4.1 billion a flight.
NASA is counting on the moon to eventually house an astronaut training colony and act as a pit stop on the way to Mars and beyond. Danya Backus, CBS News.
Artemis is named for the twin sister of Apollo in Greek mythology. Up next, the Madison Police and Fire Commission has decided on its next fire chief. Stick with us on News 3 Now this morning.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
we talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
When it comes to what's best in a mattress,
Big ol' springs.
Memory foam, foam. Denver Mattress says, why not both? Introducing the Doctor's Choice Hybrid with the cooling full-body comfort of gel memory foam and individually wrapped coils featuring Boss technology. All packed in this easy-to-manage box. Choose from the luxury firm, Plush, and Eurotop. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night Better Sleep Guarantee. The Doctor's Choice Hybrid, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
Taste the excellence of Madison. Madison Magazine presents the Taste Event, Monday, March 21st at the Edgewater. Enjoy live music by Shekinah King, while you indulge in delectable bites and sample a number of local distilleries and winemakers at the event, all while taking in the views of Lake Mendota. Make plans to attend Madison Magazine's Taste Event, Monday, March 21st at the Edgewater. Tickets are available now on MadisonMagazine.com. Presenting sponsor, Wallersheim Winery, Distillery and Bistro.
Everything is relative. Travel, for example. A trip to Stoughton might seem like a long way, but if you're shopping for diamonds, it's closer than you think.
Diamond Select.
Importers of shimmering diamonds from the mines of South Africa to the streets of Antwerp and Tel Aviv. They shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to.
Diamond Select. Direct pricing saves you money.
On GIA certified South African diamonds.
Diamond Select.
Downtown Stoughton.
We're USA Insulation, and our premium injection foam turns your cold and drafty house into a warm and toasty home. Call now and save $500 on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
Right now, an update into the search for Hamon Fall, how friends and family are responding.
And we're continuing to track any kind of snow that we're seeing in our area. We'll give you the latest coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send over to Julian Searett for a look at your Saturday forecast. Julian, it felt like spring was here, and just as quickly, it's gone.
That is right, and I guess that's what Wisconsin's all about as we're transitioning into the new season for us. But since spring is just a day away, we are actually going to be seeing a bit of a change coming that way. But until then, we're dealing with some wintry weather here in southern Wisconsin, as we're still seeing some light snowfall into the area, which has just been lingering and continuing itself throughout much of this morning. We're going to see this until we get into the later part of the morning, but it will start to open up as we get into the afternoon, as temperatures will start to rise. However, cloud cover is not going to be going anywhere until we get into about tonight. So as we see in the early afternoon, all the showers and snow will start to clear itself out of southern Wisconsin, and behind it, we're still going to be looking at an opening going into tonight, which will open the door up for some more clear conditions to start off our Sunday. And as we get into our Sunday afternoon, temperatures will rise, and for a pretty nice day. Our first day of spring is going to be into the upper 50s, and the cloud cover, you're not going to start to see it until we get into around dinner time for Sunday. As we transition into Sunday night, cloud cover is going to blanket us as we open up the door for our new work week. Until then, folks, just know we also do have some slick spots on the roads, so make sure that you are taking it slow, and some visibility in areas near the Dells and into the northeastern side of southern Wisconsin is obscured this morning. So make sure you're using your low beams as fog is still lingering in those areas, and be mindful mindful of slippery stretches as well. As we're planning out the rest of today, any precipitation we're seeing looks to end as we get into the mid part of this afternoon, but we are also going to see those 40s coming around as well. We'll give you more details of what else to expect for this weekend in a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Joey. Chandler Halderson is trying to get another day in court. Online court records show he's beginning the process to appeal his sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now, this is something we did expect. That's because just before Dane County Judge John Hyland sentenced Halderson, the 23-year-old spoke publicly for the first time, announcing his plans to appeal the case. Halderson has 20 days to begin that appeal process. An update now into the search for Hamud Fall. Police say they have found the body of the missing UW La Crosse student and Sun Prairie High School graduate. La Crosse police say they found Fall's body in the Mississippi River Thursday afternoon. The 25-year-old had been missing for nearly 4 weeks. Late last month, community members and people from around the state joined the search for Hamud.
And as long as we have the 3 rivers in the area, unfortunately, tragedies like this will still happen. As much as we can try to prevent them.
UW La Crosse is offering its condolences to his family and friends, saying in part, thank you to everyone who helped us search. While this is the outcome we hoped would never come, we appreciate all the care and commitment you showed during a time of need. Autopsy results for Fall will not be available for at least a month. More than a decade of watching, waiting, and wondering came to an end on Friday. The Dodge County Sheriff announced it has identified baby Teresa's mother and charged her in the case. Police found the newborn baby's body along a Dodge County road back in April of 2009. An autopsy suggested the child wasn't killed but died just before or during birth. They developed a DNA profile and even filed anonymous charges in 2014 to prevent the statute of limitations from expiring. Finally, last year, they got a hit, linking the baby to 45-year-old Karen Littman.
We have a family who maybe didn't know. Now, obviously, they're going to have to deal with this moving forward, that they may have had a niece or a granddaughter, and those are impacts as well. So.
Littman is charged with concealing the death of a child, which includes a maximum prison sentence of 1.5 years. The Dodge County DA says he's already asked lawmakers to look at making the penalty harsher for future cases. In more local news, the Madison Police and Fire Commission has decided on its next fire chief. The PFC voted unanimously last night to make a conditional offer to Chris Carbon. He was one of 4 finalists for the job. He's the department's division chief overseeing EMS training and has been with the agency since 1999. Current Chief Stephen Davis retires at the end of the month. Still ahead, highlights from last night's Badger win against Colgate. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Dylan, how's that sofa you can't return from that big internet site?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Look what just $20 a month will get you when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Rosen Nissan Madison is part of the #1 Nissan dealership group in the Midwest, and we got there by treating people right. Over 30 years of caring for customers made us #1, and stress-free car buying keeps us there. Right now, get 0.9% for 36 months. Visit our showroom or buy online at rosennissanmadison.com. Come be part of the Rosen family.
Rosen.
Insulate your attic with eShield to give your home an energy upgrade. eShield is the thermal reflective attic insulation brought to you by Mad City Home Improvement. And now, final days, 20 homeowners who participate in our home energy assessment program will receive special savings. Free installation of eShield attic insulation, 18 months, no interest, no payments. And if you call in now, we'll compensate you for your time, and you get a $50 Amazon gift card with your estimate.
Oh, my back.
Hey, Dylan, need a mattress? Well, luckily, Slumberland has a big Sealy sale. Look what you can get for $20 a month. A Sealy Posturepedic mattress and a power base. And you'll pay no interest for 5 years at Slumberland Furniture.
Wisconsin's small-town schools are facing a big problem.
It's hitting everywhere. Before, it used to be math and science teachers were really hard to come by.
Chris Stanford shows you how rural school districts are dealing with a teacher shortage crisis. Eye on Education, Sunday on News 3 Now at 10.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Well, aside from the snow, we are looking at our first day of spring just being a short 24 hours away, folks. And for it, we're going to be looking at some pretty spring-like conditions for us. Here's what we're seeing for Sunday. Our weekend forecast for today, we're going to be seeing that rain and snow ending for us as we approach the afternoon. Temperatures will be into about the middle 40s. But as we go into Sunday, breezier conditions from the west at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And we are looking at much milder temperatures as well. Around 58 degrees with mostly sunny skies until we get into our Sunday nights, where we are going to be expecting to see some cloud cover. Aside from that, we are looking for some spring showers for our first week of true spring. As we see from Tuesday to Thursday, we have chances of seeing some rain and even potentially some snow starting to make its way into the upper Midwest. That system will start off overnight into Tuesday. As we get into Tuesday afternoon, we're looking for that rain to start to organize more so as we get into the later part of our Tuesday going into the overnight and Wednesday morning. As we go into Wednesday morning, we are going to be looking for that rain to try to transition itself into a bit more of that mixture as we head towards our Thursday morning. But aside from that, three things we're going to need to know, folks, is that we are looking for near 60-like conditions for Sunday and for Monday. But just keep your head, or just to be aware of it, we are going to be looking at some showers and potentially snow accumulations in the middle part of the week. We'll have more details coming up in a few moments. Till then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Joanne. It's the time of the year Wisconsin played all season long for, March. And coming into the first round of the NCAA tournament, the Badgers didn't shy away from showing they want to win it all. And it definitely helps their road begins in Milwaukee, so it's home court advantage for the red and white, something they'll need going up against a solid Colgate team. Tied up early in the second half, Colgate easily showing what they can do from distance. Tucker Richardson knocks down his fourth triple in the second, but here comes the rally. Down by 2, Stephen Crowell banks in a 3 to give Wisconsin the lead. Then Johnny Davis starts to catch fire. He takes over the end of the game as the Badgers lock it down to survive and advance. Winning at 67-60, Davis leads the way with 25 points. Sports director Zach Hanley has been out in Milwaukee covering all the madness. He has more on Johnny Davis's big game.
When the Badgers needed it the most, Greg Gard called on his closer, and Johnny Davis delivered, scoring Wisconsin's final 14 points to lead UW on to the second round.
He got going pretty good in the second half there. Fortunately, took good shots, got to the foul line. Three-point play was big off one of those offensive rebounds. So he does what great players do. When the lights get bright, they step up.
Towards the end of the game, coach was calling players for me, and my teammates told me to keep shooting the ball. I feel like I've done it before, but my teammates have a lot of confidence in me, so do the coaches, to be able to close the game out.
I'm speechless, I ain't got no words to say. I just give him the ball and get out the way. I've said it before. I'm not going to say it again, but love playing with him. That's one of the best players I've ever played with, and I love this last journey with him. That's the way you respond.
So it's on to Iowa State for Wisconsin, and as far as what Greg Gard knows of the Cyclones, well, he said they're good, they won tonight, and I haven't watched 1 second of them. At Pfizer Forum, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Well, the action inside Pfizer Forum has been pretty exciting. We've also seen a frenzy of Badgers fans all over Milwaukee this week. Brad Hamilton spoke with some of those fans last night.
Good food,
good drinks, and college hoops galore.
It's who gets hot at the end of the season, and I hope that's us.
Yes, March Madness is back, and with it, plenty of Badger fans made their way to the Deer District tonight to support their favorite team. The last time that Wisconsin played in Milwaukee for the NCAA tourney was back in 2014 when players such as Ben Brust, Josh Gosser, and Frank Kaminsky put on a show at the Bradley Center and sparked a Final Four run Badger fans are never going to forget.
Show it up for them. That's what it's all about. It's all about the pride that we have for Wisconsin.
8 years later, Wisconsin fans are hoping for another special run to remember this March.
I give a ton of credit to the coaching staff, honestly. They've pulled a group that no one thought would be here to this level. We'll see how the tournament plays out, but I'm proud to be a Badger fan, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
The Badgers play again tomorrow for a chance to advance to the Sweet 16. And you can keep up to date on all the tournament action over on channel3000.com. Just click on the banner on the front page to take you to everything about Bucky and the tournament, plus see how some of the News 3 Now news and sports anchors are doing on their brackets. Still ahead, UW researchers are developing a game meant to help teens who have difficulty managing their emotions. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your forecast just ahead.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's an Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0.9% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
I rely on my neighbors to watch our house when we're out of town.
I trust my friends to watch our dog while I'm at work.
I have faith in my family when I need their help.
Your neighbor is a local clerk.
Your friend is an election official.
Your family member is a poll worker.
We trust our local elections because our friends, families, and neighbors run them.
We trust our elections because we trust them.
Has the winter taken a toll on your roof? Call Feldco today and get free installation on your roofing project. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Ah, fresh coffee.
Hurry, free installation and soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
People with moderate to severe psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain, and the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
I know this may look like a classic rooftop chase scene, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0.9% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
The action never ends, but these offers will.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. Now, as we take a quick look at what we're seeing on our radar, the snow is continuing for us this morning. As we can see that it's starting to push itself a bit more east, but we are looking for another band of a little bit more moderate snowfall here in Dane County. And just a reminder, we are looking for it to start to close for us as we get closer to the noon hour. But until then, this is what we're seeing. That low pressure, which has brought in all the precipitation we've been seeing over the past 24 hours, is continuing to track its way east. But we are looking for some chillier conditions throughout the rest of this morning and even for today, as temperatures are just going to bottom out into about the middle 40s for us. But again, if any precipitation we're going to be seeing from the rain, the mix, and even the light snow is going to be clearing out, especially for Dane County specifically, as we approach around the noon hours. We get into the rest of the afternoon, it's going to start to exit its way east, and we are looking for a pretty dry evening for us, as cloudy conditions will clear out for us, transitioning into our Sunday. Cooler starts, but we are going to finish much stronger. Temperatures will be into the middle and upper 50s for us. Cloud cover will not show up until we get into the back end of our afternoon, closer to dinner time for Sunday. Then it's going to carry into our Monday morning, where we're looking even more warmer temperatures to be rolling in for us. But as of right now, current conditions here in Madison, we're still dealing with some light snowfall for us, and it's a bit on the breezier side from the north-northwest at 12 miles per hour. As you're planning out the rest of today, just note all of our wet precipitation is going to be sticking around for us until we get into around the noon hour in the early afternoon as well. And as once we get into the evening, we're looking for that to quiet down, and we are going to be seeing some of the clouds start to clear for us as we head into tonight. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 36 degrees right now in Janesville, and 37 degrees over in Boscobel as well. And tomorrow is our first true official day of spring, and it's going to feel a lot like it. As we see our weekend forecast, we're going to be on the 58 degrees on our Sunday. However, it will be on the breezier side. Plenty of sunshine will at least be at our backs, but just note it is going to be on the breezier side for Sunday. Now, as we take a look at what we could be expecting later into the week, well, we are looking for another system to be bringing in some chances of rain and even some wintry mixes around southern Wisconsin, and especially areas into the north, where we're looking at chances of seeing some minor snow accumulations once again. So that's something to keep in mind as we get into next week, about the middle part of the week, where we're looking for, once again, some wet precipitation for us. But until then, mild temperatures into the 60s for Sunday and Monday. At least we're going to be near it throughout the next couple of days. And then afterwards, we're going to cool down, and we are going to see some spring-like showers to welcome in the first true week of spring. But hey, I will take it as long as it's in the 40s, 50s, or even 60s. I'm cool with it, because I am now officially done with winter, and I can be, because it is now about to be spring. So I'm cool with it. I don't need any more snow pictures.
Didn't you say once this is your favorite season?
What? Wait, well, spring is.
Yeah, no, not winter.
I was about to say, what, girl? No, you got me crazy. No, spring is mine.
Yeah,
yep,
okay.
I'm a spring baby till
Me
I
too.
die. Yeah, but no, winter, no.
I can say it's pretty. Not for that long.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, thanks, Joey. A new virtual reality game could help keep kids out of trouble. UW researchers are developing a game meant to help teens who have difficulty managing their emotions cope with stress and anxiety. The game is set underwater, and players navigate the reality by breathing. You can learn much more about the game right now by downloading our Channel 3000 News app. And hey, while you're on your phone, go ahead and check out the 123 new emojis. Apple's latest update includes more than 100 new options, including the melting face, hard hands, and nest with eggs. There are also a pair of gender-neutral images, including the pregnant man, and the popular handshake emoji also has 25 new skin tones for users. Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, a woman just a few years short of a century old has completed her lifelong goal of visiting all 50 U.S. states. How her friend helped her finish it when we return.
It's the A1 Furniture and Mattress Instant Cashback event. Save up to 40% off store-wide. Plus, get $50 instant cash back on every $500 you spend. Take advantage of 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online. Only at A1 Furniture.
I just want our kids to be kids again. Play sports, go to school, without having to worry all the time.
So when we learned the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids age 5 and up,
we talked to their doctor, and she helped our family decide to get our sons vaccinated right away.
And to keep taking safety steps in public, too.
Help your kids stay safe and in school. Find a free COVID-19 vaccine for kids near you at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
I never would have thought that Ron Johnson would have ever been somebody that I can say is family. I remember thinking, wow, he actually came here, but he actually took the time to step in the door and support my husband in a program, in a vision, in a dream. It was like their visions of helping the people were all one glue. And when the two of them got together, they developed a program called the Joseph Project.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
If Physicians Mutual were a friend of yours, we'd be like Eddie here, loyal, dependable, and always there for you. We'd be the one you'd talk to about retirement, the complexities of Medicare, and the coverage you'd need. We'd listen and give you straightforward answers. Think of us as your devoted retirement friend. At Physicians Mutual, we'll help you find the coverage you need so you can have the retirement you deserve. Oh, good boy.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Bring on the zest with fire-roasted tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit.
Get instant cash back on every mattress purchase over $500 only at A1 Furniture. Save up to 40% off top name brand mattresses. Plus get instant cash back and 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Shop in-store or online now at A1 Furniture.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Finally this morning, a 97-year-old woman recently completed her bucket list of visiting all 50 states. As Sam Reed shows us, a good friend helped her fulfill her mission with a trip to Rhode Island.
While the Ocean State is a popular place for people to visit, especially in the summer months, 97-year-old Helen Raines and her friend Jan Ross recently made it their mission to travel from their state of South Carolina to Rhode Island.
I needed Rhode Island. That was my last state I hadn't been in.
Jan recently learned her longtime friend had been to all 49 other states.
I said, Helen, you can't, pass on without getting that last one in, so let's try and do it. So for Christmas, that was her Christmas present.
And so time wouldn't fly by without her seeing the smallest state. The pair hopped aboard a plane and headed for Providence.
They had the wheelchairs for me at all the airports, and I was treated royally.
An overnight stay at the Renaissance Hotel was just what the doctor ordered.
We drank a little, and we ate, and we slept a little.
But when the ladies were treated to a tour at the Capitol, well, that was something so sentimental.
And that was the highlight. It was really unbelievable. I couldn't begin to describe it to anyone. And they were just very, very conciliatory, truly the most gracious group of employees I've ever run across. They were delightful.
Welcomed with a citation from Governor Dan McKee, these Southern belles learned a lot about Southern New England.
Don't call people in Rhode Island Yankees, like they do down here. Everybody was very, very nice. They were lovely.
Within 24 hours, a dream destined hundreds of miles away was made true.
Just sort of a milestone for us both. I mean, I was just happy that I was able to facilitate her achieving that goal, because I just hated for her not to do it.
And while the best of her bucket list is complete, Helen says while it may be the smallest state, it left the biggest impression.
The expression, best for last, that's how I feel about Rhode Island.
I was just going to ask if you have a favorite state, then I realized I don't know my favorite state.
I don't know if I have a favorite state.
I have a lot of states I like to visit.
Yeah, I still need to kind of venture out to the west more, because as far west as I've been, it's been Arizona. But I haven't even touched California just yet.
Really?
No.
I was born in San Francisco. I lived there for a year, which is why I identify more as Texan, but yeah. Fun facts. Fun facts this Saturday morning. It's a fun place.
That's awesome. I need to check out San Francisco, but we need to check out the 10-day forecast, folks. Yes, I just did that to segue. Here's a look at what we're seeing for the next 10 days. We're going to be seeing Sunday to start off our first day of official spring at 58 degrees. We're going to be seeing mostly sunny skies for us until the cloud cover rolls back in for Sunday night into our Monday, where we are looking at some chances of showers, but that increases even more so as we get to Tuesday and for Wednesday, leading into our Thursday morning. Afterwards, we're looking to dry out. Temperatures will try to warm up quite a bit as well, but we are looking at spring-like conditions next week, McKenna.
Let's hope they stay here. Thanks for joining us this morning.